Welcome to Safeco Field in Seattle, Washington. It's game one of a three-game series between the Red Sox and the Seattle Mariners. Hi again, everybody. I'm Don Orsillo, and welcome to Red Sox baseball. Well, tonight the Red Sox take on the Mariners in the first of three, and they send John Lackey to the mound. He's won 5 straight decisions for the Red Sox, and tonight he will face a Mariners team that he's had very good success against in the past. 14 total wins for John Lackey in the course of his career against these Mariners, playing out here in the American League West. Well, it's tonight's Flamethrower, which is brought to you by Cholula Hot Sauce, the hot sauce with the iconic wooden cap. Since joining the Red Sox, Lackey has faced the Mariners 4 times, gone 2-1 with a 1.55 earned run average, and allowed just 3 runs to the Mariners in 13 innings of work. Flamethrower is brought to you by Cholula Hot Sauce, the hot sauce with the iconic wooden cap, as Lackey gets to start tonight for the Red Sox. And we welcome in Jerry Remy. And Jerry, some changes here right before the ball game for the Red Sox in the lineup.
Well, a bad back for Kevin Youkilis. He's out tonight. A bad back for Marco Scutaro. He's out tonight. So the whole left side of the infield out of the ball game tonight. What the Red Sox do have, though, is some depth. And they have replacements. Jed Lowry going in to play shortstop tonight. Mike Aviles goes over to third base. So it just goes to show that you can never be too deep in the infield or outfield, and the Red Sox really need that tonight. Now, both injuries are not expected to be bad, maybe just a day or so out of the lineup. But it certainly hurts to have those guys out of there starting a series. But they do have Lowry, they do have Aviles to take their spots.
Well, the Red Sox tonight playing game one of the series after taking 2 out of 3 from Minnesota. We're back with more right after this. Between the Red Sox and the Seattle Mariners. Welcome back inside the broadcast booth, everybody. I'm Don Orsillo. Well, tonight the Red Sox take on the Mariners. And when last we saw the Mariners, they were in the throes of one of the longest losing streaks in the league this season. A 17-game losing streak for them. They're playing good baseball to that point, but it changed their season. On July 5th, the Mariners were actually at 500. They were coming off their 3rd straight win and had moved to within 2.5 games of first place. Things went downhill quick from there. The Mariners came into Fenway July 22nd, riding a 12-game losing streak. They left the streak at 15. By the time it was over, it ended at 17. As a team, they hit just .218 over the stretch and struck out 142 times, including 18 times in the 17th game of the streak. They allowed nearly 5 runs a game during that stretch and allowed more than 10 hits a game. Eric Wedge, for one, is certainly glad that that stretch is over for the Mariners. It was miserable, but they have survived it. With more, here's Heidi Watner.
Don, Eric Wedge certainly knows what it's like to manage a team that's rebuilding from his time in Cleveland, and that's what's going on here in Seattle. The last 5 games, they started 5 rookies in those games, with 4 in the starting lineup today. Wedge talked about the challenges managing a team in that position.
Yeah, and I knew coming into this thing that it was going to be a tough year. I mean, we're not looking for the quick fix. Similar to what we did in Cleveland, we're going to build it. We're going to do it right. We're going to make sure it's foundation-based and, ultimately get to the point to where, people can count on good things happening here.
The Mariners are playing better ball, but since being swept by the Red Sox last month, since snapping that 17-game losing streak, the Mariners have gone 7-6, and they hope the rookie Blake Bevan can continue his impressive start tonight. Don?
All right, Heidi, thanks very much. It is indeed Blake Bevan on the mound tonight for Eric Wedge, and the Seattle Mariners, Bevan 3-2 with a 2.83 earned run average. We're back with the first pitch from Seattle right after this. Seattle, as they get ready to take on the Mariners tonight, and the Mariners have taken the field, so let's check out the Red Sox starting lineup. It's brought to you by your New England Chevy dealers. Jacoby Ellsbury leads it off in center field with Jed Lowry. Now at shortstop, he bats second. Adrian Gonzalez at first base, batting third. Dustin Pedroia in the cleanup spot at second base. David Ortiz at DH with Carl Crawford in left field. Jared Saltalamacchia does the catching, and it's Josh Reddick in right. And Mike Aviles at third base bats ninth. Blake Bevan is on the mound tonight for the Seattle Mariners. His 7th start of the year. He's 3-2 with a 2.83 earned run average. He has allowed 39 hits in 41 1/3 innings, has 17 Ks, and opponents hitting at .245 against him. It's his 7th major league start tonight, and last time out did win against the Angels as he went 8 strong innings, giving up just 1 run, so he's pitched well.
The Seattle defense is 8th in the American League with 72 errors on the season. Adam Kennedy will be at third base. Luis Rodriguez at shortstop. Dustin Ackley at second, and Justin Smoke, the first baseman. Left to right, Trayvon Robinson, Franklin Gutierrez, and Ichiro in right field. Miguel Olivo doing the catching for Bevan.
Umpiring crew tonight, Ed Hickok says the play calling the balls and strikes with Mark Rippinger at first base, Brian O'Neill at second base, and Alfonso Marquez is the umpire at third. So Well, Jacoby Ellsbury standing in here to begin things tonight for the Red Sox in on the left side. As Blake Bevan ready with the first pitch of the game, and it's in there for strike one. Very comfortable conditions tonight here in Seattle. The roof is open, and Jacoby returning to the Pacific Northwest. He's from Andros, Oregon. And a lot of his friends and family have made the 5-hour trip here, and they are all over this ballpark. He's expecting a huge gathering of friends and family tonight.
And I think I met every one of them in the hotel lobby this afternoon. Met his mom in the lobby before taking off to the ballpark. All excited about the weekend series.
The 0-2 pitch to Ellsbury is in the dirt, and it's a ball and 2 strikes. Jacoby went 3 for 15 the series against Minnesota. Red Sox able to take 2 out of 3 from the Twins before arriving here in Seattle. Had an off day yesterday. 1-2 is sent foul off to the left, out of play. Ellsbury bats now, then Lowry and Gonzalez. Here's a 1-2 pitch. On the ground left side to the shortstop. Luis Rodriguez plants and throws, and Smoke can't dig it out. It is backed up, but Ellsbury will reach. An error charge to Rodriguez on the throw, and Ellsbury's at first base to start the game.
Well, Rodriguez may be rushing some because he knows the speed of Jacoby Ellsbury, and that ball just bouncing to first base. Picks up his 3rd error since being called up. Nothing tough about the hop right into his glove, but the throw's not good. Down in the dirt, and Smoke can't come up with it.
So Ellsbury on to begin the game here for the Red Sox as Jed Lowry gets settled in on the left side. Lowry was not in the original starting lineup tonight for the Red Sox. Original starting lineup had Scudero in it and Youkilis in it. And by the time we get started tonight, neither is in the starting lineup, both with back injuries and a little bit of stiffness for each, and listed as day-to-day. But the Red Sox left side changing dramatically with Lowry playing at shortstop and Mike Aviles at third base. Lowry at 266, 3 home runs, 25 runs batted in. In there for strike one. Lowry looking back at Ed Hickox.
Now Jacoby Ellsbury at first base, 31 steals on the season, been caught 11 times.
Lowry was 1 for 7 in the series against the Twins before arriving here to begin this series against the Mariners. There goes Ellsbury at first as Lowry grounds one right side. Ackley ranging to his left, throws to first to get Lowry. But Ellsbury takes second base with now 1 out in the inning. So 1 out and 1 on, and that takes us to Adrian Gonzalez. Gonzalez sitting at 348 to start the night. 18 homers and 92 runs batted in. Leads the majors with a 348 average. Leads the majors in hits and in total bases as well. Listen for ball one is Bevan. Adrian has slipped to second in the American League in RBIs. He's only behind Curtis Granderson, who now has 93. He has set the pace in the American League. What a season for Curtis Granderson. It's been in New York as Gonzalez sends one to left field. Trayvon Robinson over to make the catch. And the throw goes to third with now 2 down in the inning. No advance for Jacoby Ellsbury.
Looked like an off-speed pitch there by Bevan that had Adrian a little bit out on his front foot. The result, the fly ball out to left field for the second out of the inning. There's the changeup going away from Adrian Gonzalez.
So 2 down here in the first inning. Jacoby Ellsbury, second base and in scoring position, as Dustin Pedroia gets settled in here, hitting at .309, 15 homers and 60 runs batted in. And back in that cleanup spot where he's been so successful in the past. As who takes strike one from Bevan. Through the numbers in the cleanup spot for Dustin, 558. 4 home runs and in the cleanup spot. Seems to power up. Chops this off the plate, left side. The third baseman Kennedy cuts it off, throws on the run, and this time Smoke's able to dig it out and end the inning. Red Sox do not score. The Mariners are coming up from Seattle. Mariners in the bottom of the first inning. As we check out the Mariners starting 9 tonight, Ichiro is in right. Franklin Gutierrez in center field. Dustin Ackley at second base with Mike Park, the DH. Justin Smoke is at first base. Adam Kennedy at third, bat 6. Miguel Olivo having a good season. He is the catcher, batting 7th. Luis Rodriguez at shortstop 8. And Trayvon Robinson is in left field. He bats 9th. It is John Lackey on the mound tonight for the Red Sox. His 20th start of the season. He's won 5 straight, coming in at 10-8 now to double figures in victories again for John. 6.14 ERA with 76 strikeouts on the season, and victory last time out against the Yankees, going 6 innings, giving up 3 runs. Lackey in his career against the Mariners, 14-10. Ichiro after that first pitch, right down the first base line, a fair ball. Over the plate is Reddick. Ichiro will head to second base and has got himself a leadoff double to begin the night for the Mariners.
Well, Ichiro not wasting any time. He picks on that first fastball from Lackey, pulls it right down the first base line for the double. I was watching him down in batting practice today, and he was hitting home run after home run. It's amazing how in the game he can change his swing. That time the ground ball down the first base line, just fair for the 2-base hit.
What's amazing has been his average this season. He comes in hitting at just .268. Guy who you're used to seeing well over 300 every season. It has not been the case so far this year. And here is Franklin Gutierrez. That's second in the Mariners order. Gutierrez manning center field for Seattle. Shows bunt, pulls back, and takes ball 1. Former Cleveland Indian Franklin Gutierrez. It's a total of 41 games to begin the year. And an ab problem as they check at first. He did not go. Smart Rippinger. It is 2-0 now to Gutierrez. Not good numbers for Gutierrez against Lackey. He's just 2 for 18. That's John Lackey in his career at 111.
And always that threat at second base with Ichiro. He's got 30 steals on the season. Caught 5 times. Jed Lowry playing right behind him right now.
Back and forth they go here as Lackey tries to figure out what he wants to throw. He's trailing in the count 2-0.
A lot of times when he's down in the count, he'll go to the breaking ball.
He does, and it drops in there for a strike. 2-1. Ball over for strike 1 to Franklin Gutierrez. Mariners beginning the night at 50-66, 16 games under 500, and 15 games back of the Texas Rangers in the American League West. This one foul back to the screen, and it evens at 2-2. 30 out of 35 on the year in thefts. Eric Wedge enduring the 17-game losing streak. And the Mariners, right at that time, were playing .500 baseball. But since then, they have dropped out of the race and now taking a look at a lot of their farm system and Seeing what their future will look like next year, as this one is tapped down the third baseline. Aviles bare hands and throws, but it's too late. Gutierrez will reach as Ichiro takes third base.
Now that's now a 5-game hitting streak for Gutierrez. He's 8 for his last 16. Barehanded play by Aviles down that third base line. Does everything he can do. Gets a good strong throw to first base, but Gutierrez just beats it out.
First and third and nobody out. Dustin Ackley is coming up. So Saltalamacchia made a quick visit out to talk to John Lackey. Ackley is hitting at .293, 5 home runs and 23 runs batted in. So 20 extra base hits and only 185 plate appearances. Fifth among American League rookies coming into tonight's action. Called up on June the 16th. At the time, Luis Rodriguez had been optioned out to Tacoma. Likely a first-round draft choice by the Mariners, second overall in 2009, and here he is in the majors in 2011. So one pitch from Lackey will miss, and it's 1-1. Dustin Ackley had a pretty good series against the Red Sox at Fenway Park. Out of Winston-Salem, North Carolina. Little check swing dribbler foul. And he falls behind now 1-2. We send out best wishes to some great Red Sox fans. James Keefe and Melanie Marcarell in Sunrise, Florida. Watch every game and wish them well tonight. Ichiro at third base, Gutierrez at first base, and nobody out. Runner goes at first, no throw from Saltalamacchia, and Gutierrez steals second base uncontested.
Now these are the kind of things that the Mariners have to do offensively. They've got to be aggressive because they just don't score many runs. Last in the American League in runs scored. Gutierrez picks up his 9th steal of the season.
So second and third, nobody out. And Dustin Ackley here with a count of 2-2. This is in the dirt, full count. In that series at Fenway Park, Ackley was 6 for 15. 2 doubles and 3 RBIs in the series. As the Red Sox swept the Mariners in the midst of their 17-game losing streak, was right towards the end of it. That'll miss. Lackey wanted it. Ackley down to first base, and the bases are loaded.
Well, right now, John Lackey's going to find a way to minimize the damage. Bases loaded, nobody out. Lackey goes to the breaking ball down and just missing the outside corner with the curveball. He wanted that pitch.
So bases loaded, nobody out, and Mike Carp the batter. DH. 310, 4 homers, 18 runs batted in for Carp. This is into center field, a base hit. Ichiro will score from third. Here comes Gutierrez. He will score. 2 runs in for the Mariners. They take a 2-0 lead in the first, and there's still nobody out.
Al Carp has certainly been a hot hitter. That's 12 straight games that he's hit in right now for the Mariners, and he didn't waste any time. He picks on the first pitch from John Lackey. A fastball down in the zone and takes it up the middle for the base hit. So very quickly, Seattle has a 2-0 lead over the Red Sox.
So fast start for the Mariners tonight. First and second, nobody out, 2 runs in. And here's Justin Smoke as Carp ups his hitting streak to 12 games now. And Smoke takes a hack at the first pitch, sending it to deep center. Ellsbury going back onto the track to make the catch right in front of the wall. He'll gun it back in again, and that was sent to the deepest part of the ballpark by Justin Smoke. But Ellsbury back there at the 405 marker to make the catch.
And he had a long way to go to try to make that catch. He got a terrific jump on the ball going back toward the center field wall. He was playing fairly shallow. You see 405 out there. He's right to the warning track. Never takes his eye off the baseball and makes the catch. Nice play by Jacoby Ellsbury.
So first and second, and that is the first out. Took a very good defensive play by Ellsbury to make that catch. One thing is clear, Jerry, they are being very aggressive with John Lackey right now.
They certainly are. They're a team that does not walk very much. And they do strike out a lot.
Adam Kennedy taking the breaking ball for strike one.
But right now, you're right, Don. They're going after the first, second pitch they see from Lackey.
Adam Kennedy and John Lackey, teammates in L.A. with the Angels. This is to left. Crawford is back a step to make the catch. An advance for the base runners, and there's two outs here in the bottom of the first inning.
The Red Sox defense is brought to you by Jordan's Furniture. They're third in the American League. Mike Aviles at third base, Jed Lowry the shortstop, Dustin Pedroia at second, Adrian Gonzalez the first baseman, left to right, Kyle Crawford, Jacoby Ellsbury, and Josh Reddick, and Jared Saltalamacchia are doing the catching for Lackey.
So two down here in the bottom of the first inning, two in for the Mariners. And Miguel Olivo, the batter. There's catcher. The Yankees have already lost tonight to Tampa Bay 5-1. Key matchup brought to you by New England Acura dealers. Olivo just 4 for 26 against Lackey at 154. There for strike one. Struck out 10 times in his career against Lackey. The Yankees started the day a game back of the Red Sox in the American League East, but they lose. Win here tonight for Boston. Red Sox can take a 2-game lead atop the AL East. And there for strike two, and Lackey jumps ahead 0-2. Four straight Mariners reach here in the first inning on 3 hits and a walk. 2 of them score. Lackey is outs on Smoke and Kennedy, each of the last 2 batters. Olivo hitting at 241 in August. There's that pitch in the dirt. Not tantalizing enough as he lets it go. 1-2.
And a very nice block there by Jared Saltalamacchia around the curveball, expecting that ball to be in the dirt. He's able to block it and keep those runners at first and second, using his chest protector to soften it up.
Olivo starting his 89th game of 116 games played by the Mariners. He has been catching just about every day, and power numbers pretty good at 14 homers, 49 runs batted in from their catching spot, but the average is just 217 on the year.
He's also done a nice job throwing out base runners, about 27% on the season.
And 20 out of 72. As this one misses, and the count evens at 2-2. The Moose is in the house and stays pretty much in the house and not on the field these days. 2-2 pitch is fouled off to the right out of play. Of course, a couple years ago in his ATV, colliding with Coco Crisp.
I remember that very well down near the third base dugout.
Olivo may have gone. They check. Yes, he did. Mark Rippinger rings him up, first base umpire. And it ends the first inning with the Mariners take a 2-0 lead after one. Promotions to autograph sessions with the stars from both games. Fans will be a part of the action all day long. Visit redsox.com/futures to get your tickets today. A tough first inning for John Lackey. Throw 23 first inning pitches, gave up 2 runs in the inning. As the Mariners had the bases loaded with nobody out, they come away with 2 runs. And now David Ortiz leads it off for the Red Sox here in the second inning. Ortiz, Crawford, and Saltalamacchia expected in the inning to face Blake Bevan. Red Sox had a base runner in the first as Ellsbury reached on an error committed by Luis Rodriguez at shortstop. Ortiz fouls it off to the left, and the count evens at 1-1. David had a terrific series against the Twins. 7 for 11 in the series with double, 2 home runs, and 5 runs batted in. Mariners into the shift on the right side. 1-1 to Big Papi. Is hit well to deep center field. Gutierrez going back at the wall. That ball is gone. Run up over the 405 marker in straightaway center field. Big Papi, it's his 24th home run of the year. And the Red Sox cut the Mariners' lead in half.
Well, the last couple of home runs that David Ortiz has hit has been in that direction. Out towards center field, 1 in Minnesota, now 1 here in Seattle. Franklin Gutierrez going back, runs out of real estate as he makes a jump and can't make the catch.
So a home run for David Ortiz. Hess and Hess Express, the proud sponsors of the Red Sox and the Red Sox on Nesson. During the 2011 Red Sox season, Hess and Hess Express will donate $500 to the pediatric trauma program at Children's Hospital Boston for every Red Sox home run. Hess and Hess Express committed to helping the cause. Quickly Crawford ahead 2-0 as he takes strike 1.
After that home run, it sounded like a very large contingent of Red Sox fans here tonight.
Ball 3-1. Big Papi with his 24th home run of the year. Crawford lines it into right field for a base hit. Reacher over to play it. They call Crawford aboard with nobody out here in the second inning.
Well, the Red Sox should have a better idea in this game with their facing in Bevan, the second time that they faced him this season. There's a fastball inside. It was supposed to be away and cleaned out by Kyle Crawford for the base hit.
So 1 on, nobody out. And Jared Saltalamacchia coming up. At 253, 11 home runs and 38 runs batted in. There it goes, and the throw. Crawford will be safe, just getting in. Luis Rodriguez covering, but Crawford gets in with a stolen base.
At number 14 on the season for Kyle Crawford, first pitch. Bevan gets the ball home pretty quickly, and it's a good throw by Olivo. Just the great speed of Crawford beats it at second base. Pop-up slide. Feet first, pop-up slide at second base.
Well, Crawford in scoring position. Saltalamacchia ahead in the count 1-0. And a ground ball that explodes and hits Smoke in the face. The pitcher will run it down as Crawford stops halfway around third base, and he's going to try to get back to the bag, and he will. Meanwhile, Smoke is down. That ball exploded on him at first base and gets him in the face. And he is bleeding over there.
That ball had to hit some kind of divot in the infield because it just took one big bad bounce on Justin Smoke over at first base. Looks like it got him in the mouth. Right now, checking to see if he's got a broken nose. Also looks like the cheekbone.
That's definitely blowing up on him and bleeding from the mouth.
One more look at this nasty bounce right there, just explodes. And no defense at all for Justin Smoke on that ground ball.
So Smoke leaves this game, and now at first base is Adam Kennedy. Kyle Sager will take over at third base. So Sager into the game, moving from third to first is Adam Kennedy for Justin Smoke, and unbelievable hop right there up into the facial area of Justin Smoke, causing him to leave this game and get another look at this hop that just explodes on him.
Looks like you've got him right in the left cheekbone, just under the eye. It appeared.
So first and third, and nobody out here for the Red Sox in the second inning. Josh Reddick. Swinging to the first pitch, pops it up left side of the infield. Rodriguez, the shortstop on the outfield grass, makes the catch. And the first out here, the second inning. So Reddick aggressive here after that first pitch is out number one. Here comes Mike Aviles getting a start at third base tonight for Boston. And they're trying to settle in here, the 22-year-old right-hander. He's part of the deal that was along with Justin Smoke from Texas. The Cliff Lee deal for the Mariners. Evan ready with the pitch to Mike Aviles. And that is ball one, up and away. Aviles 235 home runs, 31 runs batted in. Time between Kansas City and Boston. Breaking ball hit in the air to right, but right at Ichiro out there. He is ready to make the catch as Crawford tags. Throw to the plate is not going to be in time, and the Red Sox tie the game. Well, a quick answer for the Red Sox here in the top of the second inning as they tie it up 2-2.
That's a good thing that ball was hit that deep. Ichiro has 6-6 in a season and still has a very good arm, but not strong enough to get Kyle Crawford with his speed at home plate. Throw a little bit up the third base line. Crawford scores easily. The Red Sox tie the score.
Saltalamacchia at first base, still 2 down for Jacoby Ellsbury. Swing and a miss for strike 1. Ellsbury reached on the error committed by Luis Rodriguez in the first inning. Bevan coming in at 3-2, the 2.83 earned run average, 7th major league start. Had a 2-0 lead and gave it back very quickly here in the second inning. Ellsbury gets jammed and flips it foul. He's down to the count 1-2. Kennedy holding on Saltalamacchia at first base. Down and in and off the glove of Olivo. No chance for Saltalamacchia to advance. The Mariners are playing better baseball lately, winning 5 of their last 9, 7 of the last 13. This is chopped towards second base. Ackley will flip to second for the out. That ends the inning. However, the Red Sox get a pair of runs and tie the score 2-2. A no-hitter at Fenway. If you purchase that game's ticket from Ace Ticket, you'll go for free. Visit aceticket.com for more details. Now John Lackey gave up 2 runs in the bottom of the first inning. He's seen his offense come back and tie up the game 2-2. We head to the bottom of the second inning. Luis Rodriguez, Trayvon Robinson, and Ichiro Suzuki. First 4 Mariners reached in the first inning. 2 of them scored on a 2-run single for Mike Carp. And strike 1 to Luis Rodriguez. It's 171 average with a home run, 11 runs batted in. Recalled from AAA Tacoma on the 8th of August.
Good change up there from John Lackey. Good action moving down and away from Rodriguez.
Been up earlier in the season, was optioned back to Tacoma on the 17th of June. Starts at third base, shortstop, and second base. 0 for 2 in his career against Lackey. John gave up 3 hits and 2 runs in the first, walked a batter, struck out a batter. 7 Mariners in the first inning, had to throw 23 first inning pitches. Rodriguez on the ground and into right. Right in between Gonzalez and Pedroia. Luis Rodriguez has the Mariners' 4th hit of the night.
Looks like it might have been the changeup again from John Lackey at 86 miles an hour. The pitch down and away from Rodriguez, but he's able to hook it and find that hole between first and second.
So Rodriguez at first base, Trayvon Robinson, 158 with a home run and a run batted in. Bunt bid, and it is fouled off. Jared Saltalamacchia for strike 1. An all-star in the Pacific Coast League. Came over from the Red Sox for Eric Bedard as part of the deal. Boston had gotten him from the Dodgers as the first part of that deal and then sent here to Seattle.
That's that three-way deal that we can hardly figure out.
It's very confusing, but
here he is.
He was part of it.
We have Bedard, they have him.
He started the Dodgers organization, we can tell you that.
Right.
He came to us when it works out to be a paper move.
We flipped him.
And we flipped him. And here he is.
And obviously a good move for him because now he's in the big leagues.
Started at AAA in Tacoma, played just 3 games there at Tacoma before getting called up here. As the pitch misses, and it is 3-1. He'd been a 10th round pick by the Dodgers in 2005. Three-1 from Lackey. Is to left. Crawford coming in, but it's going to fall for a base hit. Back-to-back hits here for the Mariners. 5 in all. And it's 2 on with nobody out in the second inning.
Now, first time Robinson has faced Lackey. He gets a cut fastball, it looks like, from John right there. And the little inside-out swing flares it out in the left field for the base hit in front of Kyle Crawford.
2 on and nobody out here for Ichiro coming up. Ichiro doubled in the first inning and scored the Mariners' first run. Little check swing foul back into the seats.
Ichiro now with an 8-game hitting streak is a .306 career hitter against Lackey coming into the game. Already has that double. Also has 1 home run against John.
31 for 99 against him. His pitch misses up top and it's 1-1. Look at his 8-game hitting streak. Two and 1 out of Ichiro. A .331 hitter in the majors, his career average coming into this season, and again he started tonight hitting at just .268. This has not been a comfortable outing so far for John Lackey out of the gate. Mariners have 2 on in this inning with Rodriguez at second, Robinson at first, and nobody out. Lackey backs off again. Ichiro pops it up. From second comes Pedroia. Infield fly rule in effect as he makes the catch for the first out of the second inning.
Well, Lackey wanted to come inside on Ichiro, and he certainly did, up and in. And Ichiro with a little pop up to second base. There's Saltalamacchia setting up inside. There's the fastball up in the zone. 3 pitches up in that same area, and that at bat, and Ichiro swinging at him.
So 1 out here in the second inning. Runners at first and second for Franklin Gutierrez. Reached on an infield hit in the first inning and came around to score. Gutierrez is 28 years old. Part of the J.J. Putz deal. Former closer here for the Mariners. And Gutierrez coming over from the Cleveland Indians. This one will get through. Saltalamacchia, and everybody's going to move up. Into the wickets it appeared as Rodriguez takes third and Robinson second.
As Saltalamacchia didn't get down to his knees quick enough, it goes right through the 5-hole. As you'll see him get the glove down, and gets right between the glove and underneath the legs, all the way to the backstop. So 2 men move into scoring position.
Wild pitch charged to John Lackey. It's Rodriguez at third, Robinson at second, 1 out. Outside, ball 3. Gutierrez had started his career in the Dodgers organization, but was traded in exchange for Milton Bradley originally. And he went to Cleveland, and then from Cleveland here to Seattle. That is not close, and on 4 pitches, Gutierrez walks. The second walk given up by Lackey, and bases are now loaded with 1 down. So this continues to be a real struggle tonight out of the gate for John Lackey.
Yeah, this has not been clean or smooth at all for John Lackey coming out of the gate here in the first and second inning. Trying to find his command right now.
They're trying to repeat his delivery right now with 1 out. And Dustin Ackley walked in the first inning. That is inside for ball 1. Rodriguez at third, Robinson at second, Gutierrez at first, and 1 out. In there for strike 1, 1-1. Ackley coming in, hitting at .293 into tonight's action. Jumps back out of the way of a fastball inside. Lackey has won 5 straight decisions heading into tonight's action. Wins against Baltimore, Tampa Bay. The Seattle Mariners are in the 5-game stretch. Kansas City and New York. This one fouled back and out of play. The Mariners at Fenway Park. Back on July 22nd, a 7-1 score when he left that game after 7 innings. And his last 6 starts, look at the numbers for Lackey, very good. Here tonight gives up 2 runs in the first. Now line drive to left, it's in for a base hit. This will plate Rodriguez and give the Mariners the lead again on top 3-2.
Well, Ackley not trying to do too much right there. Just goes to the opposite field on a line. And 1 base at a time for the Seattle Mariners. Again, it looks to be the changeup at 87 miles an hour from Lackey. That's dropped into left field for the base hit.
So bases loaded and 1 out still here in the inning. Mike Karp, the batter from the left side, as he singled to drive in 2 runs in the first inning. Chance to do more damage here as he takes strike 1 from Lackey. RBIs 19 and 20 for Karp. spending the bulk of the year at AAA Tacoma. Had a 22-game hitting streak. Tacoma earlier this season. He's been up and down a couple of different times with the Mariners. Slice this one foul, back and out of play.
Lackey, who generally has a pretty good pace when he works, very deliberate right now, trying to find a good groove.
Swing and a miss. Strikes out Carp. Needed that. It's the second out here, the second inning, on the second strikeout for John Lackey.
Anytime Lackey seems to get in trouble, he'll go to that curveball, which is a very good one. And he goes to the breaking ball here to pick up the strikeout. So one more out away from getting out of major damage here in the second inning.
Bases loaded, 2 down in the inning. As checking in is Sager for the first time. Kyle Sager hitting in the spot of Justin Smoke, and grounds one right side. Pedroia's got it and throws him out at first to end the inning. But the Mariners get a run and take a 3-2 lead at the end of 2. Bank of the Red Sox Television Network. Commitment, compassion, and love of the game. Find out what we're made of at easternbank.com. Third inning back in Seattle. John Lackey gives up 2 runs in the first inning. Solo run in the second inning, and right after the Red Sox had tied the game 2-2, the Mariners pull ahead 3-2. It'll be Jed Lowry, Adrian Gonzalez, and Dustin Pedroia to bat in the top half of the third inning. Blake Bevan back on the mound. This will be his 30th pitch of the night. It's a curveball in there for strike 1. Lowry grounded out to the second baseman, Dustin Ackley, in the first inning. It's a fly ball this time to short right. In comes Ichiro. Makes the catch for the first out of the third inning. Bevan's got his second lead to try and protect as he records the first out here of the third inning. And here's Adrian Gonzalez, who flied out to left field his first time up, 0 for 1.
How about Jed Lowry today? Was not even supposed to play. Youkilis comes in with a bad back. He's put in at third base. All of a sudden, Scudero comes up with a bad back, and he moves to shortstop.
A lot of changes today for him.
A lot of changes going on late for the Red Sox. The Red Sox yesterday enjoying an off day in this beautiful area of Seattle.
Ball 2, 2-0 to Adrian Gonzalez.
Did you have yourself a good day?
I did. I didn't really do anything, to be honest with you. I
Was
went
that
down
right?
to the.
You must have gone out.
I went down to the market, the fish market down there, which I always do. Had lunch down there. Very nice day. Weather conditions couldn't be better here.
Beautiful.
Right now.
Absolutely
no humidity
beautiful
at all.
Yeah.
Blue skies above, and the roof, of course, wide open on a beautiful night in Seattle. Very comfortable. In there for strike 1 to Gonzalez, and it's 3-1. Evan does not have a strikeout or a walk in this game. Does now as he walks Adrian Gonzalez with 1 out in the third inning. A good crowd on hand here tonight. Not been a lot to cheer about if you're a Seattle Mariners fan this year. And a lot of Red Sox Nation here as well for this 3-game series. 1 out with Adrian Gonzalez at first base. Here is Dustin Pedroia. He grounded out to third base in the first inning. He's 0 for 1. Kennedy holding on Gonzalez at first base is a pretty short lead. Fouled off to the right, and it evens at 1-1. This is the 7th of 9 games between the two teams. Red Sox are 4-2 against the Mariners so far this season. Mariners actually took 2 out of 3 from the Red Sox at the end of April. This is down the right field line and will be a foul ball. Ichiro going as far as he can. Mariners have had 9 players make their major league debut this season. First in the majors in that category, and that includes Bevan. As they get a look at their future here in Seattle, trying to figure out what next year is going to look like as they kind of play out the string here. This is lined to left for Pedroia down towards the corner. Adrian Gonzalez is headed for third base. He will stop there on the double for Dustin Pedroia. It's second and third now with 1 out.
El Pedroia jumps all over that curveball by Bevan. A line shot down that left field line. A lot of guys would have scored on that, but of course Gonzalez does not have very good speed, so he has to hold up at third base. That kind of a hanging breaking ball right there. So the Red Sox with second and third. Ortiz up, first base open.
And Pedroia is safe at second, safe and secure. New York Life. Next spot here for Big Papi. Red Sox trailing by a run. Ball 1 inside. Ortiz with his 24th home run of the year in the second inning to lead it off and get the Red Sox on the board. Home runs in the last 4 days for David. Takes the breaking ball that's in there for a strike. David's 24th of the year coming in the second inning into straightaway center field. Back over the 405 marker and well out of the reach of Franklin Gutierrez. There's a fly ball into shallow center. Gutierrez wandering in, will make the catch. Others cannot tag even from center field as Gonzalez stays at third base. 2 down.
Yeah, just not deep enough to try to score Gonzalez. He tags at third, bluffs just to draw the throw, but not thinking about sending him because the ball was just not deep enough by Ortiz. David upset with himself about missing an RBI opportunity right there. 2 men in scoring position.
So second and third, 2 down. Papi can't deliver him. We'll see what Carl Crawford can do as he takes strike 1 over the inside corner. Crawford with a single, stolen base, and a run scored in the second inning. Sends one foul, and Crawford's down 0-2. And then trying to get out of this jam here in the third inning and keep this 1-run lead for the Mariners. In tight, late reaction for Crawford.
That's one thing Bevan showed at Fenway Park when he pitched earlier in the season. He's not afraid to pitch inside with his fastball. Coming inside that time to Crawford.
In the air to right center field. Back goes Gutierrez onto the base of the track to make the catch out there to end the inning. So the Red Sox threaten but do not score. Mariners lead at 3-2. If you haven't tuned in yet, try it on Monday to find out what the rest of New England already knows. There's Dennis and Callahan weekdays at 6. Adam Kennedy leading it off here for the Mariners. Enjoy a 3-2 lead as they bat here in the home half of the third inning. Kennedy, Olivo, and Rodriguez to bat in the inning. Kennedy flying out to the left fielder Carl Crawford in the first inning. Trying to settle into this outing. There's been nothing comfortable about the first 2 innings for John Lackey. 2 runs in the first inning, facing 7 batters. They face 7 batters in the second and give up 1 run. He's 53 pitches deep, facing the first batter here of the third. A ground ball and 2 hops to short. Jed Lowry throws out Adam Kennedy. The first out here of the third. Let's check in with Heidi.
Well, Don, the 2 faces in the rotation with ties here to Seattle will not pitch in this series. And Eric Bedard, who was traded from the Mariners less than 2 weeks ago, and John Lester, who grew up in the area and still has family here. Those 2 will instead each start 1 game of the doubleheader against Tampa on Tuesday in Boston, and John Lackey will start the day game Wednesday against the Rays. Terry Francona had previously said Andrew Miller will be the starter in one of those games. Today he said Miller will now start one of the games in Kansas City. Don?
All right, thank you very much. Here's a liner to left. Off the bat of it, Miguel Olivo, who had struck out in the first inning. It's a ringing single this time, and is aboard with 1 out for the Mariners.
Olivo struck out on a curveball back in the first inning, so he didn't wait around for one this time. He jumps on the fastball from Lackey. First pitch fastball, middle in, and the line shot by Aviles down there at third base.
So 1 down, Olivo at first base, and Luis Rodriguez, the batter, singled and scored in the second inning. The Mariners have started 5 rookies in each of their last 5 games. There's a pop-up left side of the infield. There's Lowry. Makes the catch for the second out of the inning. Rodriguez retired. And that'll bring up Trayvon Robinson. Single to left field in the second inning. And it's 4 for 20 now in the major leagues. With a quick check on Olivo's lead was not terribly large.
Olivo with 5 steals on the season, but he has been caught 4 times. Plus with 2 outs, you never know. Got to give him a check. Fastball called low right at the bottom of the strike zone.
Runner goes, and the pitch fouled back to the screen. Olivo trying to steal second base, but will have to return with foul ball. 1-1. This next pitch will be the 60th of the night for John Lackey. 2 outs here in the third inning. Far inside, 2-1. First start in Seattle for Lackey since he gave up 2 runs, 1 earned in an 8-inning effort back on July 22nd of last year. And a 13-inning games finished up. In his last 5 starts here since 2007, Lackey is 4-0 with a 0.97 earned run average. 4 earned runs in 37 innings pitched. That's coming in. And here tonight, the first 2 innings gave up 3 runs. As the pitch misses for ball 3. And since 2006, when he was a member of the Angels, he's 9-2 with a 2.34 earned run average and 13 starts overall against the Mariners. Line and caught by Lowry. Is a busy 3rd inning. The Mariners do not score. Seattle on top 3-2 at the end of 3. With a custom case proud to display in your home or office. Visit redsox.com/bricks to get your brick today. Johnston, Rhode Island, represented here tonight in Seattle. As we head to the 4th inning. Jared Saltalamacchia, Josh Reddick, and Mike Aviles scheduled to bat against Blake Bevan. Saltalamacchia pops it up down the 3rd baseline. Sager heads over, but it's back in behind the Red Sox dugout.
A couple of very interesting visitors to the Red Sox dugout before the game. Maya Menino here in Seattle tonight, along with Bill Russell. The all-time great Bill Russell visiting in the Red Sox dugout, talking to Terry Francona for an extended period of time.
Missing for a ball to Saltalamacchia. The Mariners here in a shift on Saltalamacchia on the right side of the infield. 50th pitch for Bevan in the night, and it's a swing and a miss. The shift for the Mariners here on Saltalamacchia. Got an infield hit. And a very painful one for Justin Smoke. Swing and a miss. Saltalamacchia strikes out. First K for Bevan of the night. He's out number 1 of the 4th inning.
And last time Bevan faced the Red Sox, he had 4 strikeouts in that game. Picks up his first of the night on a fastball. Everything away from Saltalamacchia in that at bat.
So 1 out here in the 4th, and Josh Reddick, the batter, popped out to shortstop in the 2nd inning. Red Sox with 2 runs tonight. A solo shot by David Ortiz. Sac fly for Mike Aviles. At the time, tied the game 2-2, but the Mariners have a 3-2 lead as Reddick takes strike 1. And this is what you were talking about before the game. Mayor Menino down there, Red Sox dugout. Bill Russell, long conversation with Terry Francona before the game. This one is fouled off. Terry Francona is a huge NBA fan, too.
I imagine he had some great questions for Bill Russell, and Bill Russell loves to talk. He was just going on and on and on and on. I would have loved to be down there to hear that.
One-two is on the ground softly right side. As Ackley will pick and throw. And there's 2 down in the 4th inning. Well, stay up to date with the Sox while you're on the go with the updated NESN iPhone app. Check scores, watch video, and browse our new photo galleries on your iPhone or iPod Touch. Get it now in the App Store. That's a lot of Red Sox fans here for this weekend series against the Mariners. Beautiful Safeco Field in Seattle. There's a liner into center field and a base hit for Mike Aviles. Had a sac fly in the second inning. Now he's got a single with 2 down here in the 4th inning.
A lot of times with 2 outs, the hitter will take a pitch, but not the case for the Aviles. He jumps on that first fastball and shoots it right back up the middle for the base hit.
So 2 down and Aviles at first base. There's Jacoby Ellsbury. He's 0 for 2. He's reached on an error in the first inning and then grounded into a fielder's choice in the second inning.
Aviles can run a little bit. He's got 11 steals on the season. He's been caught twice. 1 steal as a member of the Boston Red Sox.
Ellsbury gets jammed and pops it up. Olivo coming back's got to play, and he makes it to end things here in the top of the 4th inning. So Bevan and the Mariners enjoy a 3-2 lead after 3.5. Clubhouse live coverage begins Friday at 9 only on Nesson. Mariners on top of the Red Sox. They come to bat here in the bottom of the 4th inning.
And we'd like to thank all the Red Sox fans who have stayed up tonight to watch this ball game. A late start back on the East Coast.
Last West Coast trip for the Red Sox right here. Ichiro doubled in the first inning, popped out in the second. 1 for 2 night from the top spot in the Mariners order. Wild swing and a miss, 0-2.
Some of the best pitches that John Lackey has featured tonight have been against Ichiro. Even though Ichiro got the double back in the first inning, struck him out on a high fastball last time up, and that time gets in the chase, a breaking ball that bounces to Saltalamacchia.
Softly lined and caught. It's short by Lowry. That was rising. And he's able to make the grab for the first out of the 4th inning. He's been very busy at shortstop. Part of the last 4 outs.
It's that 2-strike swing by Ichiro, just trying to serve the ball to the opposite field. Serves a line drive into the glove of Jed Lowry.
1 out in the 4th inning for Franklin Gutierrez. He's singled and walked so far in the game. John Lackey starting to settle in here a little bit. Swing and a miss, and it's 1-1. He's got 2 runs off Lackey in the first inning, a run in the second inning. Ball 2, 2-1. Lackey wanted that pitch as he peers in. Ed Hickox on balls and strikes. Swing and a miss. Breaking ball, and it is 2-2.
Yeah, that has been his best pitch tonight. His curveball, another good one right here from John Lackey.
Line down the left field line. It is a foul ball. Just to the left of the line.
Lackey tried to follow up the curveball with a changeup. Gutierrez just out in front of it. Just fouled down that left field line. There's the changeup that stays up in the zone.
Tried to hold up and did, according to Mark Ribbinger at first base. Second full count John Lackey has had on the night. Gutierrez sends it back up the middle into center field. He is on base for the third time tonight. 2 hits and a walk. On the board here with 1 out in the 4th inning.
Well, Gutierrez came into the game a 111 hitter against Lackey, but 2 for 2 in this game tonight, as he gets a fastball and shoots it up the middle for the base hit. So he also has some speed at first base. 8 steals on the season. Mariners to try to draw offense any way they can.
When it goes, a pitch, a strike, and the throw is going to skip into center field. Gutierrez will now be thrown behind as he has to get back to the bag. Saltalamacchia has been so good lately, but this one he skips to second base, ends up in center, and Gutierrez steals second base.
Yeah, Gutierrez also had a very good jump at first base, too, which caused Saltalamacchia to rush the throw. And there's the bounce to the shortstop side of second base. Good job backing up by Ellsbury. Gutierrez has to stay at second.
Second stolen base of the night for Gutierrez. Pitch was a strike to Ackley. And a pitch in the dirt now, knocked down by Saltalamacchia. No advance for Gutierrez at second base. There for a strike as Lackey battles back. It's 1-2. The word on Justin Smoke, a fractured nose. Undergoing a CT scan at the moment, but he has fractured his nose on that ground ball that exploded on him. Crawford in left steps in and makes the catch out there in left. A second out. Back to the bag at second goes Gutierrez. And that injury back earlier in the game and in the second inning when this ground ball that explodes up into his face and fractures his nose. So 2 outs. Gutierrez at second base and Karp standing in on the left side. 1 for 2 tonight as he singled in the first and struck out in the second. And there for strike 1. Parts of 3 seasons in Seattle for Karp. Came up through the Mets system. 9th round pick by the Mets in 04. Hired in the J.J. Putz deal. Bulk of the last 3 seasons spent at AAA Tacoma. Played 21 games of the Mariners in 09. Total of 13 last year. And he's got much more time this year. In fact, hitting in the cleanup spot currently for Seattle. This is out towards left center in trouble. It'll get in. A gapper to the track in the wall that plates Gutierrez from second. It's an RBI double for Mike Karp, and the Mariners up their lead to 4-2. A 2-out RBI for Mike Karp.
Well, Karp already has 3 RBIs in the game tonight against John Lackey. A base hit in the first inning to drive in 2, a strikeout in the second, now the double. Looked like the cut fastball that time from Lackey. That's driven in the gap, and left center field. So a big 2-out base hit by Carp to bring in a run.
Carp at second base with 2 down. Now Sager getting his second at bat. He took over for Justin Smoke in his batting spot. Sager rounded out to second base, first time up in the second inning. This will get through. Saltalamacchia. And for third base goes Carp. He'll get there. We've seen a few of these get through Saltalamacchia tonight.
That's almost identical that one that got through back in the second inning. It was called a wild pitch. We'll see how they score this one. It's a changeup from Lackey. And again, it goes underneath the glove and between the legs.
Another wild pitch charged to Lackey. Ball 2, 2-1. Mitchell lined out to begin the inning. Gutierrez with a single. Stole second as some limbering up going on out there in the pen. Ackley flat out to left, but a RBI double for Mike Carp. That's the Mariners' lead. Carp takes third on a wild pitch. .84 pitches from John Lackey. Works here with 2 outs in the 4th inning. Sager grounds one on 2 hops to short. Lowry's got it. And that'll end the inning. But the Mariners add a run. We played 4 from Seattle. It's 4-2 Mariners. For every home run Adrian hits this season is Select Habitat for Humanity affiliates in eastern Massachusetts. John Lackey has given up a run in every inning but the third so far. 2 in the first, 1 in the second, 1 in the fourth. And the Seattle Mariners have a 4-2 lead as we head to the top half of the 5th inning. It'll be 2, 3, and 4 for the Red Sox. Lowry, Gonzalez, and Pedroia to bat here in the 5th. Blake Bevan gave up 2 runs in the second, but that's been it for Bevan. Lowry is grounded out to second base and flied out to right. This is in the air to deep right field. Ichiro looking up, and it is gone. A blast to right field for Jed Lowry. It's a home run and gets the Red Sox back within a run.
That is the first home run that Lowry has hit this from the left side of the plate this season. Most of the damage he's done has been as a right-handed hitter. This time left-handed, goes deep for the home run. So a couple of Red Sox home runs. Ortiz, now Lowry.
Adrian Gonzalez sends it back up the middle into center field, a base hit. His first hit of the night after flying out and walking. Well, Hess and Hess Express are proud sponsors of the Red Sox and the Red Sox on Nesson. During the 2011 Red Sox season, Hess and Hess Express will donate $500 to the Pediatric Trauma Program at Children's Hospital Boston. For every Red Sox home run, Hess and Hess Express committed to helping the cause. First home run for Lowry since April 20th against the Oakland A's. And a blast here, and now Gonzalez at first base for Pedroia. As Dustin takes strike 1. Pedroia grounded out to third base in the first inning. And doubled in the third. Swinging a foul tip. 0-2. Pedroia chops it towards third. Sanger's got it. They'll go to second for one, and that's all they're going to get. Pedroia will reach it first. They do get the lead runner in Gonzalez on the force out. Well, David Ortiz is coming up. And it's time out for the Coors Light Cold Pine Blast. David led off the second inning with his 24th home run of the year off Blake Bevan. But the Red Sox on the board. They trailed 2-0 at the time. Frost brewed Coors Light, the world's most refreshing beer. So one down here in the fifth inning. Dustin Pedroia at first base. David Ortiz, that home run in the second, flied out to center field in the third inning. And strike one to Big Papi. Had a chance to do some damage in the third inning when he came up. Runners with second and third, one out. And he flied out to center. There goes Pedroia for second base. The pitch is a ball. The throw, not in time. A stolen base for Pedroia.
Well, he picked the perfect pitch to go on. He got a changeup from Bevan. Pedroia picks up his 23rd steal of the season. Very good jump. The combination of that and the changeup. Still pretty close at second base, but Pedroia picks up the steal.
Tying run in scoring position with one out. Breaking ball, and Ortiz grounds it to second base. Ackley will throw him out as Pedroia takes third base with now two down. Send it down to Heidi.
It is time for the HP Touchpad MLB news and notes. It was a tough matchup in the AL Central tonight as the Twins opened a three-game set in Cleveland, and both teams got key players back. The Indians got Sin-Soo Choo back nearly 2 weeks ahead of schedule from a broken thumb, and the Twins activated Justin Morneau more than 2 months after neck surgery. Cleveland won the game 3-2. And the Atlanta Braves have officially retired longtime manager Bobby Cox's number 6. Cox was inducted into the Braves Hall of Fame this afternoon and saw his number retired in a pregame ceremony tonight. Don?
All right, Heidi, thank you very much. The Indians are going to be interesting to watch here down the stretch. They are getting into tonight's action, 3 games back of the Tigers in the American League Central. They get back Sin-Soo Choo, and they really hung in there while he was gone. 1-0 pitch is down by the shoe tops. Crawford jumping out of the way.
Well, they continue to be a surprise team in baseball, I think, all season long, right from day one.
No doubt about it.
And still very much in it.
The other surprise team over in the National League, and they are drifting, as the Pittsburgh Pirates are now 10 games back as they hung in there for a while this season. 2-0 pitch fouled off to the left. I think Arizona is somewhat of a surprise out in the AL West, now on top of the National League West. And I don't think many people thought that was going to happen, but there they are.
San Francisco just 3-7 in their last 10 games. Enabling the D-backs to go into first place by a game. That looks like a 2-team race.
Defending world champion Giants have really tailed off. They've been playing the Phillies a lot lately in Philadelphia and at home. This is very close, and could have been, at least in Bevan's eyes, strike 3, but instead a full count.
Could have been, maybe should have been. No bin. It was outside.
Crawford gets jammed, fouls it off. Tying run 90 feet away, and Dustin Pedroia with 2 outs here in the top half of the 5th inning. Crawford to right field, but Ichiro has it sized up out there, and he'll make the catch. That ends the inning. A solo shot to begin the fifth by Jed Lowry brings the Red Sox closer. It's now 4-3, 4.5 deep into this one. Find out more of what we're made of at EasternBank.com. Play along to the bottom of the fifth inning back at Safeco Field in Seattle. Red Sox get a run back on the home run by Jed Lowry. Adam Kennedy with a check swing foul back into the seats. Broken bat grounder right side. It'll be flipped to Lackey, who covers the bag, and Adam Kennedy is retired. One out here in the fifth inning. I want to remind you to get one of the best sports sections in the country delivered to your home every day. Sign up now for convenient Boston Globe home delivery at bostonglobe.com/sports. One out in the fifth inning, and it brings up Miguel Olivo. He struck out swinging in the first inning, single to left in the third, 1 for 2. Cleveland Indians won tonight 3-2 over Minnesota. The Tigers also won 5-4, so that will remain the same. Tigers on top by 3 games in the American League Central. 90th pitch from Lackey, who's in there for strike 2. As mentioned earlier, the Yankees lose tonight 5-1 to Tampa Bay. So if the Red Sox come back here and win this one, they would have a 2-game lead over the Yankees. At the very least, remain on top of the American League East by a game. But either way, that wild card situation is quite a bit of distance now between the Red Sox and Yankees and the rest of the American League. The Angels technically would be the second team in the wild card right now, and they are 8 games back of the Yankees. There's a fly ball out to shallow right center. Pedroia out there calling. And Dustin will make the catch. 2 down. So Levo retired.
All the talk next year about adding a wild card team, another wild card team. So you look at the Angels right now, they'd still be in a situation where they could possibly win a wild card.
They could, and certainly the Angels only 2 games back, and the Rangers still could win the AL West.
Exactly.
At this point, but that adds another. I think a lot of people at the time are thinking, wow, when they put the first wild card in, things are really changing here. Now you're talking about putting a second wild card in, and I guess the question is, how long is the series that going to be?
It's got to be more than 1 game.
You would think so with all the games you play during the regular season.
Yeah, I mean, to decide it on 1 game.
How long do you have the other teams wait?
Yeah.
I mean, if you're talking about a best of 3, travel and everything else, you're talking about a 4 to 5 day period. That's in there for strike. The other thing we talked about when we were in Houston was whether or not the Astros would be coming to join the American League next year. We're all for it because we love the press room.
Exactly. I wouldn't mind a couple of trips to Houston.
Best food in the league. In the dirt, and it's ball 2, 2-1. Kennedy grounding out, Olivo popping out. 2 down here in the fifth. Breaking ball, it's in there for strike 2. It was always one of our favorite venues here in Seattle at Safeco Field. Still looks brand new here. A beautiful ballpark.
It's a beautiful city. It really is, with a beautiful ballpark, the football stadium's right across the street. That's also a magnificent facility. It's just a great place to come.
Rodriguez grounds one right side, ranging is Pedroia. And he flips to first and ends the 5th inning. First 1-2-3 inning for John Lackey comes in the 5th. Mariners have a 4-3 lead. 6th inning back at Safeco Field in Seattle. Mariners have a 4-3 lead over the Red Sox as Jared Saltalamacchia leads it off. A single back in the 2nd inning, struck out in the 4th, a 1-for-2 night. He'll be followed by Reddick and Aviles. 7, 8, 9 batting for the Red Sox here in the 6th inning.
Looked like Aviles took that one off the arm. Breaking ball that time fouled off, and it's tough to tell. Elbow, shoulder, somewhat very painful though for Levo. Everybody's Aviles now. What's going on?
I don't know.
The Sevens was Aviles the other day. Olivo's Aviles.
I don't know. It's confusing. I think you just like saying Aviles, so you just throw it out there for everybody.
Yeah. Why not? Plays everywhere. Utility guy. Play a lot of different positions.
Well, just miss, and it's 2-1. Evan has had one strikeout tonight. And it was Jared Saltalamacchia in the 4th inning. He's walked one batter. A broken bat, liner into left. That's a base hit for Saltalamacchia. His 2nd hit of the night. It's time for a game break and Tom Caron. TC. Okay, Tom, thanks very much. Back here at Safeco Field in Seattle. It is 4-3. The Mariners have the lead. Nobody out here in the 6th inning. Red Sox have the lead runner on. And Saltalamacchia checked on as he dives back to the bag. Josh Reddick, the batter. He is popped out to short, grounded out to 2nd. That's inside for ball 1. Red Sox left the tying run at 3rd base last inning. Dustin Pedroia was stranded at 3rd when Crawford flied out to right field.
Yeah, they've had a couple of opportunities to have a lead in this ball game, but not the case.
Red Sox have left a total of 6 men on base. And right now, a 1.5 lead ahead of the Yankees, who lost today to start the night. Rays drifting. They are 9 games back of the Red Sox. Reddick takes strike 2.
Off-speed pitch that time to Reddick. Change up outside corner.
In the air to deep right field for Reddick. It is crushed to right, and a long 2-run home run for Josh Reddick. His 6th home run of the year, and just like that, the Red Sox take a 5-4 lead. Oh, what a blast by Reddick.
That is one spot you don't want to leave a fastball to a left-handed hitter. Down and in, and that's exactly where it is. Watch Reddick get that uppercut swing going on the fastball. That's on the inside part of the plate and down, and hits a long home run off that glass out there in right field. So the Red Sox power up tonight to take the lead.
His last home run last Thursday against Cleveland. That was off Justin Masterson, as the Red Sox have 3 home runs in the game tonight. Mike Aviles has had a sac fly tonight and a single, his 3rd plate appearance. It's a ground ball to third base. Seager backed up on it, but gets it and throws out Aviles.
Take another look at that home run swing by Josh Reddick. He knew it as soon as he made contact.
So the Red Sox have a lead for the first time tonight. It's 5-4 Boston. Red Sox had tied it up. They were down 2-0, but this is their first lead of the night. 1 out, base is empty for Jacoby Ellsbury. How about Bevan? He had only allowed 3 home runs coming into tonight's action, and he gives up 3 in this game.
That's what I was talking about a little bit earlier in the ball game, Don. The fact that this is the second time they've seen Bevan. They saw him at Fenway Park early this season, and second time around, you get a much better idea on what to expect.
In there for strike 2, and it's 1-2. Everybody in the Red Sox starting 9 has at least 1 hit, with the exception of Jacoby Ellsbury. Though he did reach on an error in the first. Lifts one foul and out of play. Evans 1-2 is hit high in the air to right field. Ichiro has plenty of room. And it finally comes down into his glove for the second out of the inning. It's time now for tonight's AT&T trivia question. And the question is, on this date in 1986, which former Red Sox set the AL single season record when he was hit by a pitch for the 25th time? I'll be answered for you a little bit later.
I think I know the answer to that one.
His initials DB.
That's who I'm thinking about.
That's who I'm thinking. We'll find out a little bit later. 2 outs in the inning. Jed Lowry, the batter. There's strike 1. Lowry grounded out to second base in the first, flied out to right in the third, and then he hit a blast to right field. Breaking ball missing, and it's 1-1 to Lowry. In the air to left center field this time, and back goes Gutierrez along with Robinson, and it's Robinson who makes the catch that ends the inning. But a 2-run home run for Josh Reddick has given the Red Sox a 5-4 lead. An opener against the Jaguars. Plus, Tiger talks after missing the cut at the PGA Championship. All this and much more on NESN Daily tonight, immediately following the game, only on NESN. Well, the Red Sox have a 5-4 lead as we head to the bottom of the 6th inning in Seattle. Trayvon Robinson leading it off, showing bunt, pulls it back, and has to jump back out of the way. John Lackey's got a lead now. Fresh off his first 1-2-3 inning of his outing in the 5th inning. He has now thrown 98 pitches. Ground ball foul towards the end of the Red Sox dugout as Franklin Morales first up for the Red Sox tonight. Robinson gets jammed and fouls it off. He's down 1-2. It's
been a real battle in this game all night long for John Lackey. As you mentioned, Don, only the 1-1-2-3 inning, that coming in the 5th. High pitch count moving into the 6th inning, but does have the lead.
Swing and a miss, elevates at 93 and strikes out Robinson. It's the 3rd strikeout of the night for Lackey. 1 down.
Upstairs by design for Saltalamacchia and Lackey. Wanted a fastball up in the zone. That's exactly where they got it. And no contact by Robinson.
Pitching line brought to you by Ace Ticket. 5 1/3 down for Lackey. 9 hits, 4 runs. He's walked 2, struck out 3, and thrown 101 pitches. Gave up 2 runs in the 1st, a run in the 2nd, 1 in the 4th inning. And it is the 4th time tonight that he has dealt with Ichiro. Ichiro doubling and scoring in the 1st since then he's popped out and lined out. Rounds it down the first base line. Adrian Gonzalez has got it. Tags the bag, and there's 2 down in the inning. Send it down to Heidi.
Don, John Lackey had won 5 straight decisions over his last 6 starts, heading into tonight's game with a 3.58 ERA over that time spent. Terry Francona said him being consistent is key for the Red Sox.
Been more consistent. He stayed out of the middle of the plate in crucial times. You know, early in the year, there were times when he pitched great, he'd make a mistake and he'd pay for it. And he paid for it sometimes in a really big way. His stuff has kind of stayed across the board. He's held his fastball. He's kept it down. He's thrown his breaking ball behind the count. He's throwing it for strikes. When he's ahead in the count, he's kind of thrown it in and out of the zone, which is good. And then he's thrown a much better changeup, and I think that's been a real big thing.
I said more often than not, you look up and Lackey keeps you in the ball game. He has a shot for a win tonight. He said knowing what you're getting from that 3rd starter behind Josh Beckett and John Lester is going to be key for the Red Sox heading down the stretch. Don?
All right, Heidi, thanks very much. Lackey right now has retired the last 6 Seattle Mariners he's faced in this game. And here he is again with a lead in the 6th inning. As here's a pop-up, foul ground. Saltalamacchia's got to play, and he makes it. It's a 1-2-3 6th inning for John Lackey, who has settled into his outing late in his outing. Red Sox have a 5-4 lead. Adrian Gonzalez leading it off here in the 7th inning. Adrian is flat out to left, walked and singled tonight. He's been aboard twice. Drops down low, and it's 2-0. Action of the pen. Jeff Gray is warming now for Seattle. 91 pitches here for Bevan. And a fly ball out towards left center field. Hit pretty well. Gutierrez going back, and it's going to be off the bottom of the wall out there. To second base goes Adrian Gonzalez. Slides in with a leadoff double to begin the 7th inning. His 2nd hit, 3rd time he's been on base tonight.
Gonzalez leads the American League with 52 multiple hit games this season. That ball kept slicing away from Franklin Gutierrez and deep off the base of the wall, the bottom of the wall. And Gonzalez in the second base with a leadoff double here in the 7th.
Now Dustin Pedroia shows bunt, drops it down the first baseline. Kennedy will apply the tag. Who's taking 3rd is Gonzalez.
The Amica Pit Zone is brought to you by Amica Insurance. Amica Insurance is not just how you covered, it's how you treated. And the Red Sox with 3 home runs in the ball game tonight. David Ortiz, fastball, middle plate. Jed Lowry, fastball, middle plate. And then down and in to Josh Reddick. So 3 home runs for the Red Sox powering up tonight here at Safeco Field.
So sacrifice bunt for Pedroia gets Gonzalez to 3rd, and now David Ortiz, the insurance run 90 feet away, stands in. He's had some chances tonight after the home run. And he delivers with a base hit into left field. From 3rd comes Gonzalez, and the Red Sox take a 6-4 lead. Big Papi with his 79th RBI of the season.
Now they pull that infield in, and David Ortiz goes to the opposite field for the base hit. Ortiz jumping on the fastball and puts it on a line in the left field through that drawn-in infield, and the Red Sox have a 2-run lead. Looks like that's going to be it for Bevan.
Eric Wedge makes the move, as said Jeff Gray warming in the pen, and that's going to do it for Bevan. It's 6-4 now. Red Sox on top.
Resort Casino of the Boston Red Sox.
Back at Safeco Field in Seattle, where the Red Sox have a 6-4 lead now, and this call to the bullpen is brought to you by New England Ford Dealers. Jeff Gray first out of the pen here for Eric Wedge, as Gray comes in. 13 games with Seattle, a 4.50 earned run average coming in the last 13 games, but overall his 20th appearance, 3.78 ERA, and opponents hitting at 269 against him in 33 and a third innings for Gray. On the hook is Blake Bevan, who leaves this game after 6 and a third innings. He's still responsible for David Ortiz, who's at first base. Up 11 hits and the 6 runs, 1 walk, 1 strikeout for Bevan. So Ortiz at first, 1 out of the inning, and Carl Crawford the batter. Gray was claimed off waivers from the Chicago White Sox May 13th. There's a pop-up. Foul ground. Sager heading over. And he'll make the catch for the second out of the inning. Time now for the answer to tonight's AT&T trivia question. We were right, Jerry. On this date in 1986, former Red Sox set the AL single-season record when he was hit by a pitch for the 25th time. And it was Don Baylor. He was hit by Bud Black when he came in as a pinch hitter in the 9th inning. Second game of a doubleheader. Ended up being hit a total of 35 times that season, which is an American League record. He led or shared the American League lead and hit by pitches 8 times. The hitting coach for the Arizona Diamondbacks, who we were talking about earlier, was the hitting coach for these Mariners back in 2005. Two outs in the inning for Saltalamacchia. Why did he get hit so much? Was he close to the plate?
Yeah, he was right on top of the plate, and he had his elbows right on top of the plate. He wasn't afraid to get hit. He knew how to just, kind of turn away from the ball and take it off the tricep or the forearm or wherever. It didn't matter to him. It was like a little bee sting, that's all.
Saltalamacchia's had a 2-hit night. Chris Uke gets hit a ton. Red Sox all-time leader in that category. There's a swing and a miss, and it's 1-2. The one thing I don't remember, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't remember Don Baylor wearing any of that stuff that they wear now, the protective stuff. He had nothing, didn't he?
Nothing,
Yeah.
no. Nobody did, really, unless you had a real bad injury or something. You might put one of those guards on your knee, on your foot, or something like that, but there wasn't any body armor at that time.
There's strike 3. Very impressive as he gets both batters he faces in the 7th inning. It is 6-4 now. Red Sox on top. Let's check in with your need to know, and that's a daily presented by Sunlight Financial. Here's Randy Scott for the Mariners. And Dustin Ackley leading it off here against John Lackey. 107 pitches deep into his outing. Had a quick 5th, a quick 6th, and here he is in the 7th inning. John Lackey had thrown 85 pitches in the first 4 innings, but he's now retired 7 Mariners in a row. As Ackley lines one into right field and breaks up that string. 3rd time Ackley has been aboard tonight. 2 singles and a walk, and he's on here to begin the bottom of the 7th inning.
Gutierrez and he and Karp have all had very good nights for the Mariners. Terry Francona making his way out to the mound, so that's probably it for John Lackey.
Very short leash here in the 7th inning, as Franklin Morales is in the pen and Terry Francona will go get him. So the change from Seattle, 6-4, Red Sox on top. Tonight, Flip your radio on the WEI Sports Radio Network. It's the home for Dennis and Callahan. Heard every weekday at 6 and also seen right here on NESN. 6-4 Red Sox on top of the Mariners as John Lackey leaves after facing one batter in the 7th inning. Dustin Ackley with a base hit. And the new pitcher for the Red Sox, Franklin Morales, as the left-hander comes in here. Lackey went 6+. Morales makes his 20th appearance. 0-1 with a 4.67 earned run average. 17 and a third innings, has 16 strikeouts. And opponents hitting at .254 against Morales. Gave up a hit and struck out a batter in 2/3 of an inning on Tuesday night at Minnesota. He has held opponents scoreless in 14 of 17 outings since coming off the DL the end of June on June 28th. Ackley at first base, Karp the batter. And there's strike one to Karp. It's been a big night tonight for Mike Karp. And a single and a double, and he's driven in 3 runs. Ackley back to the bag at first.
Every time Morales throws the ball to first base, I'm worried they're going to call a balk. They have not called one yet.
Just keep waiting for that first umpire to call it. Breaking ball, and it misses. 1-1. Albers and Bard warming in the pen now for the Red Sox. Starting to get to that time of the game. That'll drop in there for strike 2. 1-2. Up high, 2-2. Well, throwing hard, 96 miles an hour as he misses again. Likely with a leadoff single, tying run at the plate here for the Mariners as they bat in the 7th inning. Gonzalez holding on Ackley at first base. And a line drive, base hit into right field for Karp. Ackley will take second. And the first 2 Mariners have reached here in the 7th inning.
Well, Karp's had a big night. He's got 3 RBIs in the game, a single, double, now a single on a low fastball down and in. This location there by Morales, he wanted to go down and away from the left-handed hitter. It stayed down and in. And Karp with the base hit. We'll see if the sacrifice is on here now for the Mariners.
Kyle Sager, the batter. Grounded out twice since coming in for Justin Smoke. Left the game with a fractured nose. A bad hop in the infield. Lackey looking on, responsible for Ackley at second. And a nice pick by Saltalamacchia off to the side.
He saved base runners at second and third with that pick behind the plate. Saltalamacchia going to his left and picks it like a first baseman.
Tried to drop the bunt down that time, the sacrifice, and fouls it back into the seats. Oh, and a strike now to Sager. Ackley at second, Carp at first, and now Morales backs off. Tying runs on for the Mariners as they bat here in the home half of the 7th inning. Ball 2-2-1. Again, Sager showing bunt.
Trying to drop that ball down the third baseline, pull Aviles off the bag. He tries to hold his position for as long as possible until he has to commit to the bunt.
And he gets it down towards third. Nicely done as Aviles to first base for the out. Sacrifice is complete. Ackley takes third, Carp to second. The tying run in scoring position now for the Mariners. And this will bring Kurt Young, the pitching coach, out, with Adam Kennedy coming up. Well, Red Sox Nation, if you need medical care while at Fenway Park, visit the Beth Israel Deaconess First Aid Stand behind Section 12. Beth Israel Deaconess Medical Center is the official hospital of the Boston Red Sox. Visit them at bidmc.org. One out in the 7th inning, second and third here for the Mariners. And a big spot for Adam Kennedy. He was 0 for 3 in the game. He is lined out to left, grounded out to short, grounded out to first. Kennedy takes ball one. Swing and a miss. Morales had him off balance that time, 1-1.
Kennedy probably expecting to get a breaking fastball later on the 1-0 count. Instead, he gets that hard breaking ball from Morales and fooled on that swing.
In the dirt as it skips in for ball two. Morales at 97, but not close. 2-1.
Another nice play back there by Saltalamacchia. Been an up and down night for Saltalamacchia behind the plate. A couple have gone through him when Lackey was on the mound, but he's made a couple of great saves this inning.
Swing and a miss. Morales. Kennedy to again chase, and it's 2-2.
Another nasty breaking ball here from Morales. That's the same pitch he's got a couple of strikes on Kennedy with.
And time called again. Well, it's taking a long time between pitches. Lackey responsible for Ackley, who's at third base now. Leaving this game after 6+ innings. 2-2 is strike three. Kennedy knew it and takes with him the second strikeout for Morales.
Now the breaking balls had been away. Finally the fastball away. And leaves Kennedy standing at home plate. Terry Francona out of the dugout. Probably go to Bard in this situation now with 2 outs in the 7th.
It actually looks like it may be Albers. No, it's not. It'll be Bard. You're right. 6-4 Red Sox on top of the Mariners. Pitching change from Seattle. Should come with a lot of strings attached. Eastern free checking. So just how good a checking account can feel. And the Red Sox on top right now, 6-4 with 2 outs in the bottom of the 7th inning. But the Mariners are threatening here with runners at 2nd and 3rd. And Daniel Bard comes into the game for Boston. 3rd arm used tonight by Terry Francona. 54th appearance. He is 2-5 with a 2.30 earned run average. 54 and 2/3 innings, 53 strikeouts. And the opponent sitting under 200 against Bard at just 174. And it'll be Miguel Olivo who faces here with a tying run at 2nd base now for Seattle. And the slider he starts him with for strike 1.
Olivo thinking fastball all the way on the first pitch from Bard. Instead, he gets that slider.
Ball, 1 strike. That was a tad up. Olivo struck out in the 1st inning, singled in the 3rd, popped out to 2nd base in the 5th inning. Throwing is by him, and it's 1-2.
98 miles an hour on the last fastball from Daniel Bard. Right by Olivo.
Olivo in his career 0 for 3 against Bard. Swing and a miss. No chance for Olivo. Overmatched by Bard as the Mariners strand 2 in scoring position at 6-4 Red Sox. Back at Citgo Field in Seattle. Red Sox on top 6-4 as we head to the 8th. Ray back on the mound for the Mariners with the final 2 outs of the 7th inning, getting Crawford to foul out and Saltalamacchia to strike out. So returns for the 8th inning. It'll be Reddick, Vilas, and Ellsbury scheduled to bat in the inning. Blake Bevan is on the hook. He gives up 6 runs in 6 1/3 on 11 hits. Walked a batter, struck out a batter, and came into tonight's action with a 3-2 mark in the majors. Reddick with a long home run, a 2-run shot in the 6th inning. His 6th home run of the season. That's outside. It's 2-0. Ball 4 and a 4-pitch walk to Josh Reddick to begin things in the 8th. Gray was so good in the 7th inning, had a long wait in between innings, and he walks the first batter that he faces here in the 8th. Boston Red Sox baseball on NESN is brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Vilas dropping the bunt down foul. Aviles in the game has a sac fly back in the second inning. Singled in the fourth inning, grounded out in the sixth. Throw to first was high, and Kennedy had to leap to get that. Action in the pen, Dan Cortez warming up now for Seattle. Oh, one is on the ground to second base. Ackley will go to second for one. On to first for two. And first, the Red Sox were sacrificing to move the runner on. Now, instead, Aviles grounds into a double play, and there's 2 outs in the eighth.
Yeah, they switched midstream. Instead of going for the sacrifice, they let Aviles swing away. No hit and run play. And the ground ball right at the second baseman, Ackley. No problem turning it over, and 2 quick outs for the Red Sox.
Here's Jacoby Ellsbury, 0 for 4. The only member of the starting 9 not to have a base hit in the game tonight for Boston. Ellsbury takes ball 1. Jacoby reached on an error in the first, grounded into a fielder's choice in the second, fouled out in the fourth, and flied out to right in the sixth inning. Here's a line drive that is by the first baseman, Kennedy into right. And Ellsbury now has a base hit, and everybody in the Red Sox 9 tonight with a base hit.
A shot here by Ellsbury to the right of the first baseman, Kennedy. Kennedy's going to dive. The crossover step, the dive, and it goes underneath the glove for the base hit. See if Jacoby quickly tries to get in the scoring position for Jed Lowry with a steal.
This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Boston Red Sox, may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. The accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Boston Red Sox. 2 outs, Ellsbury at first base. Another check, and back to the bag he goes. Finally getting a pitch is Lowry, and it misses for ball 1. Jed has grounded out, flied out to right, hit a solo home run back in the 5th inning, and then flied out to left his next time up. So 1 for 4 night as he bats here in the 8th. Ground ball right side. Ackley will go to first, and that will end the inning. Red Sox do not score in the top of the 8th. We head to the bottom of the 8th. 6-4 Boston. And the Mariners with a 2-run single from Mike Carpet. Back come the Red Sox doing it with the home run ball. David Ortiz, the first home run of the night for the Red Sox. He followed up later on as it is Reddick who hits one, and Lowry as well. Reddick with a 2-run shot. Jed Lowry with a solo shot. And the Red Sox with a 6-4 lead as we head to the bottom of the 8th. Luis Rodriguez leading it off and takes a pitch up and in. The 1-0 is up high, 2-0. John Lackey tonight going 6+, giving up 4 runs as a chance for his 11th win of the year. Franklin Morales at 2/3 of an inning, giving up a hit, no runs. Bard got the final out of the 7th, back out there for the 8th, and has fallen behind Luis Rodriguez 3-0. Single in the 2nd for Rodriguez, a 1-for-3 night. And a 4-pitch walk to begin the 8th. Time now for a look at the road ahead, brought to you by Safeco Insurance. Tomorrow, the 2nd game of the series will feature the best pitching matchup of the series when Josh Beckett faces off against Felix Hernandez. Beckett is 9-4 in the season, 1-0 against the Mariners. Hernandez is 10-10. Last time out against the Sox, he was touched for 6 runs in 6 1/3. NESN's live coverage begins with Red Sox first pitch at 9 p.m. Trayvon Robinson. A swing and a miss. 98-mile-an-hour fastball.
There's a case, excuse me, there, Don, where a guy throws 4 straight balls and you think he'd take a strike. You know, at least make him throw a strike before he starts to swing. Probably swung at a pitch that might have been a little bit out of the strike zone there and behind in the count 0-1.
This one down and in. '54th appearance for Bard, most for anybody out of the Red Sox pen. Tied for 3rd most in the American League. This one is tap foul, and it's 1-2. Left-handed batters hitting at just .216 against Bard. He's given up 5 home runs. 4 have come against left-handed batters. Luis Rodriguez at first base, nobody out here in the 8th. Strike 3 call. Robinson spins out of the box, shaking his head. 1 down.
No, that slider is so effective for Daniel Bard. I mean, you just, as a hitter, you're thinking about the 98 fastball, and then he drops the slider on you like that. It's just nasty.
Ichiro batting with a double back in the 1st inning. Since then, he's popped out, lined out, and grounded out. Inside for ball 1 at 99. Luis Rodriguez, 4-pitch walk to begin the inning, is at first base. Robinson strikes out. Now 1-0 coming up for Ichiro. He's off, ball 2 inside, 2-0.
Like the plan tonight for the Red Sox pretty much has been to go inside on Ichiro. Lackey did it a number of times. First 2 pitches from Bard inside to Ichiro.
0-for-2 in his career against Bard. And this one chopped softly right side. Pedroia has no play at second, so he goes underhanded to first to get the out. Ichiro retired 4-3 as Rodriguez takes second base. I remind you to follow the Red Sox with MLB.com @bat 11 for your iPhone, iPad, Android, or BlackBerry. Get scores, stats, highlights, live audio, and more. Text @bat to 31826 or visit RedSox.com for details. 2 outs in the 8th with Luis Rodriguez at second base, and here's Franklin Gutierrez. Been on base 3 times tonight, a single, a walk, and another single. He scored 2 runs. There's strike 1. This one is yanked to the backstop, and at third base goes Rodriguez. It's away from Bard, and he just uncorked that one.
Yeah, it looked like he dropped down a little bit more to the side on this breaking ball. It was more like a curveball than a slider that time. All the way back to the backstop.
So a wild pitch for Bard allows Rodriguez to take third base. 2 outs here in the 8th. That slider's in there for strike 2.
Comes right back with it, but throws it directly at the hitter, Gutierrez, and it breaks over the middle of the plate.
In the dirt outside, Saltalamacchia does a nice job of gathering it with the runner at third.
Slider again, and Saltalamacchia in the webbing of the glove, saving a run.
For 5 with the strikeout against Bard. With 2 strikes on him right now. Was up high in the fastball, full count. Gutierrez with a swing and a miss. It gets away from Saltalamacchia. He will run it down, though. And his throw to first is in time. And it ends the inning. 3rd strikeout for Bard as we head for inning number 9 at 6-4 Red Sox. Sandwich on your rewards card. See participating stores or D'Angelo's.com for details. Get ready for the 9th inning. Hamilton is getting ready for the bottom of the 9th. And starting to do some work out there on the bullpen mound. As the Red Sox have a 6-4 lead as they come to bat here in the top of the 9th inning. New pitcher on for the Mariners. And Cortez, who've been warming up last inning. His 5th appearance, 0-1 with a 6.00 earned run average. And it's inning at 308 against him. His 2nd stint now is Seattle. Up and down to AAA Tacoma.
What chance do you have on a 3-2 slider like this against Daniel Bard? None. Saltalamacchia doing a nice job chasing it down. No panic, no rush. Gets the ball to first base to retire the side. And the Red Sox have the 2-run lead.
Adrian Gonzalez leading it off here for the Red Sox in the 9th inning. And a swing and a miss. Cortez takes over for Jeff Gray. Came on in the 7th inning, pitched the 8th, goes an inning and 2/3. He's up a hit, no runs. Walked a batter, struck out a batter. Cortez, the 3rd Mariners pitcher of the night. And on the hook tonight is Blake Bevan, starter for Seattle. Went 6 1/3, giving up 6 runs. And 11 hits. John Lackey gave up 10 hits in 6+ innings and 4 runs, but he's had a chance for a victory on the other side. One pitch. And it is softly lined at the second baseman Ackley for the first out of the 9th. Multi-hit night, though, for Adrian. Single in the 5th, doubled in the 7th. Also walked, so on base 3 times. There's Dustin Pedroia. That's a hit tonight. He doubled back in the 3rd inning. And has another hit, a base hit through the left side. Second hit tonight for Pedroia of the night. Red Sox get their 13th.
A double for Dustin back in the third inning. A single here in the ninth inning. As he picks on the first fastball from Cortez. It's inside, looking inside, and pulls it in that hole between short and third for the base hit. Now the shift goes on for Ortiz.
David homered back in the second inning, a solo shot. Flied out, grounded out, and single. So 2 hits and 2 runs batted in tonight as he takes strike 1 from Cortez. Low throw, and Kennedy blocks it. It bounced a good 10 feet in front of him.
I mean, that wasn't even a real pickoff attempt. That was a slow motion pickoff attempt, and he almost threw the ball away.
That'll miss, and it's 1-1. Daniel Bard, impressive again tonight. Only 1 batter reached against him. A walk for Rodriguez to begin the 8th. Ends up retiring the next 3 Mariners in a row. 2 by way of the K, and 3 strikeout night for Bard. Runner goes. Ortiz takes a pitch inside. Throw down, and Pedroia is out. Caught trying to steal. This time Olivo gets him.
Now picked up his 23rd steal earlier in this game, and now thrown out for the 6th time this year here in the 9th inning. Had a good jump, but Olivo with a beautiful throw right on the money. All Rodriguez had to do is slap the tag down.
Now David takes ball 3, 3-1. Shift on. It's a shortstop. Rodriguez on the right side of the infield throws out Ortiz and ends the top of the 9th inning. We head to the bottom of the 9th. Papelbon will be coming on. 6-4 Red Sox. To 11 in this game. No shortage of hits here tonight for both clubs as the Red Sox bring on their closer Jonathan Papelbon into the game for the bottom of the 9th inning. Papelbon threw a perfect 9th inning Tuesday night at Minnesota to get his 26th save. He's tied for 4th in the American League as he makes his 50th appearance tonight. 4-0. 26 out of 27. 1 blown save all year for Papelbon. And 8 walks to 64 Ks. Opponent sitting at just 217 against Papelbon. Ackley, Karp, and Sager 3, 4, and 5 here for the Mariners expected in the bottom of the 9th inning. And it starts with Dustin Ackley, who's been on base 3 times tonight. 2 hits and a walk. And was also flied out.
That last save for Papelbon in the game against Minnesota where he got number 26 did not have a strikeout. That's been rare for Papelbon not to have at least 1 strikeout in a save situation.
Through just 7 pitches to get through that inning, and that saves both Monday and Tuesday in the first 2 games of the series against the Twins. Ackley takes strike 1. Papelbon, dating back to May 13th, has converted his last 21 save opportunities. Longest streak of his career. The previous high had been 20, which he did in 06. As there is strike 2, and it's 0-2. Tallied a season high 11 straight scoreless innings, dating back to July 17th. 0-2 pitch coming up here for Ackley. Trying to go up, and they do. They elevated it 95 by design. And Papelbon makes quick work of Dustin Ackley. One down in the ninth.
Now, Red Sox relievers in particular, Bard, now Papelbon picking up some strikeouts. The high fastball by Ackley to get the first out here in the ninth. We've got two guys coming in, Bard and Papelbon, that have the ability to strike you out. The less contact in these close situations, obviously the better.
Carp's had a nice night. 3 hits and 3 runs batted in. DH for the Mariners. And Carp takes strike 1. Ball missing away that time, and it's 1-1. John Lackey, the pitcher of record, a chance to get his 11th win of the year. Came in at 10-8. Gave up 10 hits and 4 runs, but tonight the offense helped out. There's a swing and a miss, and it's 1-2. This situation, Lackey pitched long enough in the game and late enough into the game to give his team a chance. One ball, 2 strikes, with 1 out here in the 9th inning.
Splitter.
And it is lifted to center. Ellsbury started in, now darts back and makes the catch. Good adjustment on a ball that was right at him. And there are 2 outs in the 9th.
Well, center fielders will tell you those are the toughest ones to judge, the ones that are directly at you. And that time a nice adjustment in center field by Jacoby Ellsbury. Goes straight back and able to make the catch over his shoulder.
2 outs here in the 9th. Kyle Sager 0 for 2 in the game with a sacrifice bunt. First time Papelbon has started off behind a hitter. There's a strike, and it's 1-1. .214 career saves. Red Sox all-time leader in that category as he peers in for another sign. Broken back grounder by the mound up the middle, and ranging is Lowry. He will throw it, but it is very late. Really no chance. He grabbed it in behind second base, and by that time, Sega was about at the bag at first, so a 2-out infield hit.
As Sega gets a split-fingered fastball, and not solid contact, but good direction, directly up the middle, and really no chance there for Jed Lowry by the time he got to it.
So the tying run will come to the plate here for the Mariners in Adam Kennedy. He was 0 for 4 in the game tonight. Kennedy is lined out to left, grounded out to short, grounded out to first, and struck out looking. Runner takes off at first as Kennedy swings at the first pitch and fouls it off. last 8 outings, that is just the second hit given up by Papelbon. And it sounded like a broken bat hit towards the end of the bat. Runner takes off again as Kennedy takes a ball. Seager takes second base on the indifference. One ball, one strike to Adam Kennedy. Swing and a foul tip, 1-2.
Let's see here now, the 1-2 count. They try to elevate a little bit on Kennedy. He likes the ball down in the zone.
2 outs, 9th inning. Seager at second base. Kennedy the tying run here for the Mariners. Jammed and a pop-up foul ground. Aviles in the third base coach's box makes the catch on the Red Sox win. Boston able to take game 1 of this series, and Papelbon able to close it out for the Red Sox. As the save of the game, Bob's Discount Furniture will be stepping up to the plate again for the Jimmy Fund this season. Bob's Discount Furniture will donate $1,000 to the Jimmy Fund Radio Telethon for every Red Sox game saved so far this season. Bob's Discount Furniture has donated a total of $30,000 to the Jimmy Fund Radio Telethon. Jerry, kind of a struggle tonight for John Lackey in the beginning, but in the end, he gets the win.
Well, he did tonight what he normally does, and he keeps the team in a game. And that's exactly what he did tonight, and he got better as the game went on. Red Sox offense powering up tonight with the home runs by Ortiz, Reddick, and Lowry, which is very unusual in this ballpark. This is not considered a home run ballpark, so very nice win for the Red Sox in the first of these 3-game series here in Seattle.
So the final is 6-4. The Red Sox beat the Mariners in Game 1. For Jerry Remy and Heidi Watney, I'm Don Rosoto saying goodnight from Safeco Field. Join us again tomorrow for Game 2 of the series. Beckett and Hernandez. This is live coverage begins at 9 p.m. Red Sox first pitch. This has been a presentation of NESN, New England's most watched sports network. Time now for NESN Daily. Let's send it to the NESN HD Television Center and Randy Scott.